Hello, and welcome back to all my beautiful designers. Today's DIY video is going to be of how to make your very own Chanel brooch. Not sure if you guys are familiar with my designs, but I use these brooches throughout my designs. I use them on my perfume bottle decor. We put them in our coasters. I also use them on canvas pieces. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get it. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Here is a sneak peek at our next DIY, which is going to be these cute little baby girl feet brooch. I'm actually going to be doing a boy, but here's a look at a different few brooches that I make. We're going to be making something like that last one with the beads. And of course, I will link everything in the description box, but a few items you will need is the trim of your choice. I have these two different rhinestone trims, clear plastic, fabric for the back. We're also gonna need adhesive felt, and you guys can see right there, the adhesive part. And we're gonna need a brooch pin, some kind of fabric trim for the sides. And this is actually what I'm using for my fabric trim. This is that same top that I got from the hair store. You're also going to need image of your choice, which will be about 2 inches. And my favorite fix all adhesives, which we get at the Dollar Tree. You guys can also find pearl beads at the Dollar Tree. A couple more items you'll need is your gem tack glue. We're also going to need scissors, some tweezers, some wire cutters, hot glue gun. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut my image out. I'm going to now place the image side up on the adhesive felt. Okay guys, and like I said before, there's something therapeutic for me about cutting things out by hand like a goofy. So you guys are more than welcome to use your Cricut for this part, but as for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut mine out by hand. And doing it this way works perfectly well, guys, as long as you have some sharp scissors that will cut through, you know, multiple layers of fabric. Right here, we're cutting through paper and adhesive felt. Okay, and this next step is totally optional. I am just weird about smooth edges, so I'm going to use the lighter to just kind of like make sure there's no little hairs or anything sticking out from the felt. We are now going to go ahead and grab our Fix All adhesive. We are going to use this to glue the rhinestone trim around our CC logo. And you guys will have to excuse my ghetto-ness of using my Cricut tool to disperse the glue. I don't have any more of the little small nozzles that you can use for this. Okay, and I'm only gonna work on one little strip section at a time, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Fix All adhesive on there and go ahead and cut my rhinestone trim to size. Try to work as fast as you can if you are using this Fix All adhesive. This is where you're going to use your tweezers. Just kind of pat it down. Make sure that you have a good amount of glue, okay, so that it will hold. And you guys can see me making sure that every little rhinestone does have glue on it. Just making sure I pat it all down. I grabbed another set of tweezers just to be able to push the rhinestones in right there on the edge, because we're going to actually do 2 rhinestones coming the other way. So I'm just going to repeat that process throughout the whole brooch, and I'm going to follow the lines that are on this image that I printed out. This is why I love this image so much, because it's so easy to follow the lines. just so you guys know, I use this Fix All adhesive on every single brooch that I've ever made. None of them have ever fallen apart. I went ahead and got rid of those wire cutters because they're just entirely too big, and I went to a smaller pair of scissors. And just to give you an idea of how long it takes me, it usually takes me about 30 minutes to make a brooch. Not this brooch. This brooch is actually way faster. It probably will take me about 20 minutes to make it. I do suggest that after you put this rhinestone trim on, you actually let it dry before stringing your beads on. It makes it hard and makes it to where the rhinestones don't move at all. Okay guys, and before we go any further, I have to say a big thank you to all of you guys.
What a beautiful art. Give yourselves a round of applause.
We are almost at 500 subscribers. And if this is your first time tuning into the channel, I would like to say a big welcome to you. And please everyone, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Please don't forget to like and share this video. Okay guys, go ahead and grab your needle and your clear thread. But before we do that, we are going to trace our image on to clear plastic. And I didn't tell you guys, but the clear plastic is just a piece of plastic that I cut off of like one of those to-go trays that they give you. Any kind of hard plastic will work, okay guys? I am also using a whiteout pen to trace it onto the plastic and onto the fabric. Okay, now that you got that done, we're gonna go ahead and cut both of these out. That you have both of those pieces cut out, now we can use our thread and needle. I've got some beads here, gray and white. Okay guys, our logo with our rhinestone is dry now. Go ahead and thread your needle. We're gonna go ahead and stick our needle through and bring it back through. I don't know if anybody sews weave, but you know how to make the knot for that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do gray, white on this particular brooch pin. You're gonna go ahead and string your beads for one entire section, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys watched my previous DIY video, but I did a giant brooch first, so it would make it a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. Guys, and as you can see right here, once I measured, I had one too many beads, so I went ahead and took that off. Now we're gonna go ahead and stick our needle in right underneath where that rhinestone trim is, okay? And we're gonna go down, and now I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna go in between each one of the beads, and this will tack down the entire row of beads. And now to get my thread back down to the other side, I'm just going to kind of go back and probably tack down some extra places. I just need my thread to be down on the lower side. Okay, so same process here. I'm just grabbing the gray and white beads, stringing a whole section. I'm gonna go loop down through it, and I'm gonna come back up and go through each individual bead to tack down the entire row of beads. We're going to repeat this process until our entire brooch pin is filled. I do different types of brooches, so definitely stay tuned to the end of the video so you guys can see the different ones that I make, but you could do 2 separate colors. This is my first time actually doing the alternating beads. I just wanted to see what it would look like. Once you guys have that done, I just use a dot of hot glue to secure the thread in the back. I don't even bother tying it. Our next step is we are going to use our hot glue gun to glue that hard plastic backing on. And now go ahead and grab your final piece of backing fabric. We're gonna use our brooch pin to measure, and using your whiteout pen, you're going to mark where to cut at. You're gonna cut 2 small slits right at the top where you marked at, and this is going to be how you pull the brooch pin through. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you just watch what I do, I'm just gonna stick the back of it. Basically, you're covering up that big silver bar that's on the back of that brooch pin, okay? And putting the fabric all around it. It just makes it look way more neat and professional. Yes, hun. Now we are going to go ahead and glue our fabric backing on, making sure that our brooch pin is at the top there where we want it to be. Okay, and just be careful, don't burn your fingers. Just try to make sure it gets even all the way. Once you've got that secured, go ahead and grab your gem tack glue and your fabric trim. And we're going to glue this all around the outer edges to cover up all of our different layers and actually seal our brooch. And just so you guys know, using this glue works great. It does work a little bit better if you wait until the glue gets a little tacky before you start trying to work with it. I was working with it while it was super wet, so it does kind of make a mess, but you can go back and clean that up with just like a little towel, paper towel. Once your glue is dry, that's about it, guys. And here is just a quick close-up look of what it looks from the front and the sides. You can see we covered up all of our layers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye until next time.